Alright guys, I'm back. Okay, I told you that I was going to be posting 3 videos today, so here's video 2. This one is geared to our students. Okay, so we are on poetry. Okay, so here is our board for today, poetry. Alright, I have 3 boards. I'm going to take a picture and upload this to you guys so you have it. So poetry, let me get in here. Okay, it's a type of literature, so a text. That's what we call it in school, a text, anything with words. So type of literature that attempts to, to stir a reader's imaginations or emotions. So that just means that it makes you think about things, and makes you feel certain things. All right, we all have read examples of poetry. Now, the next big thing in 3rd grade is we start talking about these poetic devices. So for poetic devices, we have rhyme, so like cat, hat, repetition, where the words, lines, or phrases, they repeat over and over again. We have alliteration, or all of the beginning sounds are the same in 2 or more words. And then personification, where we take an inhuman object and we give it human qualities, such as the sun beat down on my skin. Then poets, we also know that poets, and you guys, when you become poets this next couple weeks, you're going to write lines, not sentences, and stanzas, not paragraphs. So that's a big difference. We're not going to be writing sentences, or paragraphs. We're going to be writing lines and stanzas. And lines and stanzas and poetic devices, these come together, with rhythm and mood to help, poets. Hang on one second. I really miss teaching you guys in the class. So much easier. We use the similes and the metaphors and onomatopoeias. So all of that comes together. So the poetic devices, the mood, the rhyme, the alliteration, the repetition, personification, lines, stanzas, that's going to come together to give us that rhythm and that mood, and also allow us to connect to the poem. We connect to the poem. So we like it, we dislike it, we find similarities or differences. It makes us feel something, it makes us think about something. So it helps us connect to the poem and then ultimately determine the meaning of the poem. So what that poet meant by the words he or she used. So that's just a quick review of poetry. I will be posting the boards. I'll be posting these boards so you have them as an example. What I wanted to get in today is one of our first poetic devices called repetition. So repetition is repeating over and over and over again. So I'm sure your parents are using repetition to tell you to do something, right? Same thing in poems. Lines, words, phrases that repeat over and over again. So here is our board, and I'm going to read a part, or an excerpt of I Slipped on a Banana Peel by Ken Nesbitt. And while I'm reading this, we're going to be looking for, examples of repetition. So words, phrases, or lines that repeat over and over again. This is what you're going to do on your independent activity today. You're going to have a similar poem, and you're going to be identifying the stanzas, the lines, and circling repetition. So pay close attention. I slipped on a banana peel and fell and hit my head. I slipped upon a patch of ice which nearly killed me dead. I slipped upon a roller skate and tumbled into space. I slipped inside the bathtub and I landed on my face. That sounds painful. I slipped upon the basement stairs and on the kitchen floor. I wish that I could stop myself from slipping anymore. All right, so I'm going to stop right there. Think, what did we hear over and over and over again? What was repeating or repetitive in this poem? I'm going to give you a second. What I heard over and over again is I slipped. And I see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times. So that is definitely repeating. Okay, so on your paper or on your screen, whatever you do, turn in your work today, you're going to circle those repetitions. Circle them up. I slipped. Here's I slipped again. I slipped. Okay, so I just circled those examples of repetition. The next thing you have to do is count the stanzas. Okay, so stanzas are a group of lines in a poem, and it's broken up by a space. Okay, that's how you know between the stanza and just another line in the stanza. So if I look here, I see that I have a space here. So this would be stanza 1. Okay, then I have a stanza here. Bring that up, sorry guys. Stanza 2. And then down here, I have stanza 3. So this poem by Ken Nesbitt has 3 stanzas. And then the last thing we're asking you to do today is to count the lines. You don't have to label the lines. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too messy, okay? So just count. So to count lines, very simple. Just count them. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 lines in this poem. So I'm just going to write a 12. Okay, and then let's label it so I know what you're talking about. Just like we do in math, we have a label, 12 lines. And then you're good to go. Okay, so a quick review. Get our boards back up. Poems. Okay, poems, types of literature to help us imagine, okay, or feel emotionally connected to. Stir it up, okay. Quickly talked about poetic devices. We focus today on repetition. Okay, Mrs. Lighton and Mrs. DeCarlo will be teaching rhyme, alliteration, and my favorite, personification. Okay, and then we quickly talked about lines and stanzas. So remember, we're using lines, not sentences, stanzas, not paragraphs. Okay, all of that together, along with similes, metaphors, and onomatopoeias, which we will also cover in the next couple weeks, help the reader connect to the poem, okay, and to determine the meaning. All right, so here's your video. I'm going to post it up. Watch it, do the lesson, okay, and submit your work either on Seesaw, the Seesaw activity, or through Class Dojo Messenger. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.